What is going on, my fellow Marvel Rivals gamers? It's your boy Apxche, and today we're going to be bringing you a Season 1 hero tier list. This will be based off of ranked, right? Not competitive, nothing too coordinated, right? Just purely ranked. To make it simple, right? I don't want y'all to, have me sitting here yapping forever about the intricacies of the characters that I do know about. We're just going to tell you what it is, right? First things first, Hawkeye. Hawkeye is absolutely insane right now. Dude hits for 400 for a fully charged arrow, plus a little meter, you know what I'm talking about. It's crazy. His ult's crazy because you can shoot a clone. You basically can hit shots that you're not hitting. It's absolutely bonkers to me. So we don't even need to go more in depth. Psylocke, A. Psylocke's not broken, but she is super strong. She has an invisibility, which, hey man, we all know we hate invis characters. Let's be real. But her ult's really strong, and she does a good amount of damage, right? So we'll put her in A for now. Venom. Venom is a good character. I feel like most of the elo, right, low to mid, he'll be perfectly fine. I think, with that being said, I think dude is a menace to society. I think he'll be put in A. I wouldn't say S because I feel like there are nuances to Venom. Yeah, he can live for a long time, but if you're not playing him correctly, right, in the sense of just going in at the right time, your team's not going to be able to follow up. And most of the time, healing is really strong in this game. You're not going to just kill anything by yourself unless they're absolutely, alone. So, yeah. Adam Warlock. I think Adam Warlock is a good support. I don't like him in really open areas, though, like open maps. I feel like the farther your team is spread out, the weaker he feels. And obviously, in ranked, coordination's really not going to be the greatest. On the maps that he is good at, like that are a little bit more tight knit. I definitely can see him at A. I would say maybe he's high B, but he does have an ult that can res your whole team. So we'll put him at A. Black Panther, great character. I'd put him at A as well. I think he is, if not the best, one of the best melee characters in the game. Dude is insane, has good mobility, and I think he has a decently high skill ceiling. But his skill floor is actually like not too high, which is awesome. Doctor Strange. I think Doctor Strange is one of the easier takes to play. I'm gonna put him at S. Reason for that, he has a shield, he has good damage, and he has a teleporter that is absolutely cheesy. And from what I've noticed in ranked, people do not mind jumping through your teleporter. So it's not really hard to convince them to do it. So when it comes to that whole team play thing, I think you just say, hey, I'm TPing, people wait for you. Like 9 times out of 10, they're gonna wait. So yeah, I think he is probably the best take in the game. Groot! We all love Groot. But we're going to put Groot in B. Reason for that, me personally, I think he's a good take. He lives pretty long. But his main wall, the strong wall, the big one, I feel like you can't put it out far enough in front of you, and I don't like that. I feel like it kind of limits him. I feel like if you could put it a little bit farther, it would allow for you to take space a little bit easier as well as just deny space a little bit easier. But a lot of times I want to use it for certain things and I just can't. Like it's too close to me. I'm not a fan. He is a good character. I like playing Groot. Has a nice ult. But I think that other tanks do what he does better. For example, Strange, and then who we're going to talk about next, Magneto. Right? I think Magneto is a solid A. I would put him above literally all these characters. Maybe not the Psylocke, but we'll leave him like there. Phenomenal take, has a bubble for himself or his teammates, does a good bit of damage, and I like his ult. And like I was saying, Strange and Magneto both do a better job than Groot does when it comes to enabling their teammates. So I'm going to leave him there. Hela is great. I'm not going to put her S tier. I don't think she's S tier, but I do think she's high A. The reason I don't think she's S tier is I think that she struggles at closer ranges, as well as because the reason why she doesn't really have a way to disengage enemies that jump on top of her when things are really cluttered. But as well as her skill ceiling is really high, and I feel like she demands a lot of aim. Like you're not gonna one tap people with Hela. You're gonna have to hit at least 2-3 shots. Compared to Hawkeye, right? Hawkeye can just absolutely delete you from existence. So we're gonna put her in A. And the reason why I leave her under Psylocke is I think Psylocke is easier to play, easier to get value. Hulk. Hulk is a good character. It's not great though. I feel like in a ranked environment, I'd probably put him. At C, because the strength of Hulk is going to come from team play as well as enabling. So I don't think he's a great character on his own, especially in an environment where there's not a lot of team play. with that being said, we're going to head over to Iron Man. Iron Man's cool. I think Iron Man's a good character. I'm going to put him at B. I don't think he's crazy, but I think with damage boost, he could get some value, as well as a lot of maps have a lot of angles and buildings to play around. So I feel like a lot of the times he'll be able to put a little bit of work in. Nothing too crazy, but I don't think he's a terrible character. But we'll leave him at B for now. Jeff the Land Shark. I think Jeff is very annoying. So just with that being said, we're going to put that guy at A. His ult's annoying. His healing, annoying. Everything about him is annoying. And as a support, honestly, that's a good thing, right? You're just annoying. You're a nuisance. People want to deal with you. And a lot of times you're not going to be able to because he's going to just go into the ground. See you later. Right? Loki. I am biased. I love Loki. I'm going to put him in A. I think Loki has insane potential. Has very high skill ceiling. But my issue with Loki is that other supports are just better. With that being said, you know what? I am going to leave him in A. I think Loki's crazy. You can steal ults, right? He has crazy damage potential, as well as he has decent healing potential too. I think a lot of times people are they try to minimum. A lot of people try to lock him into, oh, he's only good on these maps. I think Loki can be good anywhere. It's really going to come down to how good of a Loki you are, right? Are you a good projectile player? Things like that. I think Loki is great. I'm going to be biased, and I'm going to leave him in A. Luna Snow and Mantis. We're just going to both chuck them into S tier. Why? Luna Snow, she has decent team-ups with like Namor, Jeff, and even Iron Fist, if people do run him, right? So she has some nice team-ups. I think she does really good healing. She's a hit scan healer, as well as her weapon is hit scan, so that allows for a lot of good damage. And she has some nice AoE healing ability with the little clap heal, whatever you want to call it. And her ult is phenomenal. Her ult's phenomenal. You can either heal or you can damage it, right? And you could even use both. You could switch between the two, and you can get a lot of value. Moving on to Mantis. Mantis, you can damage boost your team at will, which is very insane for characters like Hawkeye, for Widow, for literally any DPS, or your tanks, just being able to be like, you know what, I want you to hit harder. Like, you can't complain with that. And then her skill ceiling is super high and enables her to make a lot of plays. You can dual DPS, and every headshot you hit, it's gonna refill one of those resource meters. So heal, hit a headshot, heal, hit a headshot. Like it's the potential to just carry games with Mantis is actually very high. I would even go to say that she's a little bit better than Luna Snow, but since it's one of those things where like the skill ceiling matters a lot, we're gonna put Luna Snow a little higher, due to the fact that she's easier to get value on. Magic, I think Magic is good. I don't think she's insane though. I don't know if I'd put her in A. I'd probably put her top of B. I could be wrong. I haven't played basically any Magic. I like her. I think she's fun, but I don't think she's insane compared to like Black Panther. Namor. I think Namor. I don't want to put him at an A, but I kind of do. And the reason why I want to put him at A is because, I'm going to put him at B. And the reason for that is Namor is a great defensive character, but offensively, there's a reason why he's a great defensive character, right? So on offense, he's gonna be a little lackluster, but on defense, I think he's phenomenal. Offense, obviously, he can make some plays, but I think his strong suit is defense. So with that being said, he's not as versatile as some of these other characters. So we're gonna leave it right here. Great character though. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying he's shit. Great character. Penny Parker. I don't know if I'd put her at A tier. I think she's a great take. I think she definitely relies on her team-ups to feel better. I think that the Venom team-up is actually insane with her. But I also think that she doesn't have a shield. And I feel like she's pretty slow. Like, with her nets, she can be sped up and things like that. But I don't really know if I want to put her in A. She's not a hit. She was a hit scan take. That'd feel better. But I think at the moment, I'll leave her in B. Yeah, I think I'll leave her in B. Punisher. Punisher's a solid DPS, but I don't think he's very insane. I think he heavily relies on the Rocket team-up. And Rocket, in my opinion, is not that insane of a support. I think he definitely has his moments. But with that being said, I think Punisher is a B. I think he's a low B. I think he's good. But I think the other like direct damages just do better than him. So I wouldn't put him in the same tier as Hela, because without the team up, like without a team up, she's great. Without a Hawkeye team up, he's great. You know what I'm saying? Like he needs a team up to with a team up. He's A, and damn, sometimes he can feel like he's freaking ass. But I think by himself he's B. Rocket Raccoon, I like Rocket Raccoon. I want to throw him in B, but just with the amount of time that I've played him, his gun feels horrible. His ult's nice, but we're gonna put him top of C. I'm sorry, I love you, Raccoon, but you just feel really rough for me. You feel really rough. You could be better. If his gun was hit scan, he'd be B. He'd definitely be a B. But since his gun is projectile based, and it's not even in line with the crosshair, the gun shoots under the crosshair. It's really rough. If he gets some changes, we could bump him up. But as he stands right now, we're leaving him there. Scarlet Witch, D. Scarlet Witch is not a good character. She was higher up, and the reason for that is because she buffed Magneto really well. It's still nice, but it's not nowhere near as good as it used to be. So we're gonna leave her down here. Yeah, we're gonna leave her down there. Spider-Man. Spider-Man's a great character, but big but. He is extremely hard to play. If you're a Spider-Man one trick, hey. But if you're not, I don't even know if I want to put him in B. But we'll put him in B. I think he has a lot of pop off potential, but if I'm being honest, he's just really hard to play compared to like Black Panther, compared to Magic. Like he's just hard to play. I mean, if I want to be a little bit more generous, we could probably drop the Magic down. It would probably look like this. Yeah, that's just probably a little bit more appropriate. Star-Lord. I think Star-Lord's great. I definitely think he pairs very well with the Luna Snow because you could give him the mark. I think he does struggle to kill things on his own, but I like Star-Lord. I like Star-Lord. I'm going to give him a solid B. A high B. A high B. His ult's nice. Storm. I feel like Storm might be underrated. My issue with Storm is Storm's strength is in enabling her teammates. And with that being said, in ranked, you can't really rely on that. But so I would leave her at C because by herself, I don't really know. Thor. Thor does nice damage, his vertical mobility. But he's just not as fast as some of the other off takes. But I would definitely put him. I'd definitely put him in B. I think. But since he does give nice buffs to like certain characters, I'm gonna put him B. I'm gonna put him high B. Bucky. We'll see like Captain America. Bucky. I think this character is actually pretty slept on. I think he's definitely a high A. I think he doesn't have a disengage for dives. But yeah, I think Bucky's right here. I think his ult's kind of nice. He doesn't have a way to disengage dives, like some other characters. He doesn't really have mobility, so I'm gonna leave him right here. Cap. Honestly, Cap is a C. Cap's a C. I put it above these people because he can still do things on his own, but from my experience without a Thor, I just feel like things just don't. You can't really eliminate anybody. I be struggling. I'm gonna be real. I think he's nice. I think he's very mobile, can be very impressive, but I think if you're going in by yourself, if you don't have proper follow up, he feels very lackluster. Moon Knight. I think his character's an A. I think Moon Knight is insane on the map, especially on the maps that he's good at. You can literally hit a whole enemy team just because they're too close to each other. So I'm gonna put him in A. I don't even need to break it down. Wolverine. I think Wolverine is probably almost the worst character in the game. I think Wolverine with Hawk is pretty nice, but without Hawk, Wolverine is pretty bad. Squirrel Girl CC with some AoE damage. Boom. I think she's like up here. I could even probably bump her up a little bit more. I think Namor's better. We'll leave her there. Iron Fist. I think he is a low elo slayer. To anybody who's a low elo, he probably feels like this. But if I'm being real, honestly, I think I'm scared of other melees more than him. I'm gonna put him in C. Gonna put him in C. Widow. Shit. Absolute piss. Like, you need a Mantis to even feel good. And I'm glad. I'm glad that she's not a one-shot character. But I feel like they should give her other stuff in her kit that makes her good. If you gave her like a grenade, like a cluster grenade, if you gave her some way to be a little bit more impactful in fights, if you maybe let her have increased fire rate when you're unscoped, she could be like here. But she just doesn't have enough, bro. She doesn't have enough. It's so bad. Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger. Great heals. Nice ult. Healing is easy, and then you have some kind of playmaking potential. A lot of people want to put Cloak and Dagger up here. Maybe I'm dumb. I just don't see the value like that. I think it's an easy character to play, with a nice little like a nice kit, but I don't think they're insane. I think they're easier to use than Loki, even though I think Loki's better. I'm biased. If I was saying it, I'd put Loki higher, but I'm just putting it for general ranked. I think it's easier to use than Loki, easier to use than Jeff. Actually, I don't know. I think Jeff's easier to use than them. But the ult probably bumps it up a bit. So what if I did this? I think I'm happy with this. Yeah. So yeah, this is my tier list. You may agree, you may not. But this is just from my experience from playing the game for the little bit that it's been out and a little bit of the closed beta. If you do disagree, don't be afraid to comment down below and let me know what you think. But without further ado, I'm gonna get out of here because I want to go play the game. Peace, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.